something to bring you a jetpack.
Don't need one. Racing to the surface.
Welcome everybody to another fantastic episode of Spot of Nerds.
Things never change.
Now, for those that have seen it, the Clone Wars did not get the biggest rep, shall we say, when it first came out in theaters. It wasn't until the show was picked up that the Clone Wars really took off. It gave us a story that was beyond what we know from the films and even television. It allows us to really expand in the Star Wars universe, to see about who these other characters are, other storylines, different plots, how their personalities developed. The Clone Wars is amazing. It gave us truly a legend, Ahsoka Tano. She is amazing. She is gorgeous, she is smart, she is intelligent, and she really is what defines what a true Jedi is. Peacekeeper, epic in fights, just good camaraderie, knows the difference between right and wrong, and is true to herself. Unfortunately, spoiler alert if you haven't watched, she was essentially betrayed by the Jedi Council, and thus she inevitably walked away from the Jedi. I don't blame her. It's one of those storylines, it's one of those story arches where you really have to take a look and go, what you thought was your family completely betrayed you. And at the same time, though your family may have apologized, may have said, hey, you know what, our bad, but you want to come back? I think this is what really kind of, it was Ahsoka's defining moment, where she literally looks and goes, you don't trust me, and now you understand that I actually was to be trusted from the start, so why would I come back to something that doesn't get trust? Ahsoka was technically Anakin's Padawan, and again, the entire series just builds off their relationship. When you go into season 7 of the Clone Wars, you really get to see the adult version of Ahsoka, or at least the adult version into what leads into the spin-off series Rebels, which again is another amazing series that you all should check out, because in the Clone Wars you get the young Ahsoka. She's learning how to be a Jedi, she's learning how to use the Force, she's got the double sabers, it's awesome. And then in Rebels you see the adult Ahsoka, where you have the Empire, you have her as a secret agent. She is labeled Fulcrum, which is again badass. Not only does she have a badass name, but she has a badass secret agent name. Rebels was a little bit more intricate as far as story and development. It was a little bit slower to start, but once Rebels does pick up, you will not be disappointed. I actually, if you kind of take both series, if you look at the Clone Wars and you look at Rebels, I almost very slightly, very slightly actually prefer Rebels just from a story aspect. But when you look at Ahsoka Tano, So again, it's a character you learn to love. She's a character that is noble, and she's basically a badass is what I'm trying to get at. Ahsoka really is one of my most favorite characters in the entire Star Wars fandom, just for the fact that she represents good. She represents what the Jedi truly should have been. As you watch Ahsoka grow, you just want more, and I cannot wait. The Mandalorian Season 2, we got a trailer of the Mandalorian Season 2 a couple weeks ago, and it's coming out literally in less than a month, I believe. It's not too far out, so, and I think Disney is definitely, you gotta give them credit because they are keeping this under wraps. We don't know what she will physically look like, but I can promise you it will be badass. I cannot wait. It's gonna be amazing. She represents the future, she represents the past, and she represents everything that encompasses it all together. Your desire to just be true to yourself and to be your own master. And it's the integrity that she brings to the Star Wars universe, because there's thousands of millions of different characters in Star Wars, and you learn to love some, you learn to hate others. Ahsoka is one of those characters that you aspire to. You want to be just like her. You want to be true to who you are, and you want to be the best you can be. And I think that's one of the greatest pieces that she brings to the table. It's a different side of Anakin that we got to see back in the Clone Wars. Anakin, we think, is Darth Vader, and he's horrible, and he's yada yada yada, the dark side. But the two of them together, their relationship, as it develops, really kind of shows you she can change people, and she can change them for the better. The most amazing fight sequence that happens in Rebels is when Ahsoka finds out that, Anakin is now in fact Vader.
Kaden! It's him! I know! I got you! Ahsoka! Come on, hurry!
Ahsoka. Ahsoka.
Anakin. I won't leave you. Not this time.
Then you will die.
Ahsoka!
And she refuses to let him go. Back when she walked away from the Jedi Order, it was more like, you guys screwed me over, so forget you. I love you, Anakin, you're always my guy, but no, screw you. And in Rebels, it was more, you know what, I'm not gonna let you go this time. I'm gonna do whatever I can to save you. It just shows you the character, the charisma, and the passion she has, that you don't let family down. With that being said, we're gonna wrap this episode up, but I did want to really quickly, briefly show you guys some stuff that I've been promising a little bit, like a mini unboxing, because I was able to get a hold of Ahsoka Tano's lightsabers, dual action lightsabers from the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. I have yet to go, but I did actually find some cheapish ones online. So you've seen them a bit before in my Comic-Con video, but you haven't seen them with the blades yet. So the larger of the two, the smaller. These things now with the blades on them are fucking incredible. That sound is amazing. It's amazing. You can pat them together. You get the clashing noise. What is so awesome about these lightsabers is they're different. They're white. And you're probably wondering, why does she have white lightsabers? That is what happens when a Jedi basically doesn't have good or bad. They are themselves. They are independent. They're not light side. They are not dark side. Listen to when you disable, or I guess detach the blades. Watch this. How cool is that? And then when you put them back in, check this out. so dope. Truly awesome. Not to say that her previous lightsabers, she had a set of lightsabers before that she unfortunately has to give up. It's an emotional roller coaster if you haven't seen it, but the last episode of the Clone Wars shows Vader holding her old lightsaber and accepting that, okay, yep, she actually did end up dying. She didn't, because she goes into hiding and then picks up in Rebels, but yeah. I would prefer these blades over her old ones. If you've seen Rebels, the show, these sabers are badass. They take on Inquisitors, they take on Vader. They sound so much better than regular lightsabers. The design, I mean, again, look at that design. It's so awesome. Again, the small one here. Yeah, if you move around. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button right down below. Much appreciated for all the love and support everyone gives me, you know, subscribers and followers, all that. Go ahead and follow us too on Instagram, just at Spot of Nerd. Head over to Teespring for some of our coolest merchandise. Thanks for watching, y'all, and we will see you guys next time. Later, y'all. Fucking badass.